Previously on Doz's Television Workshop.
Could of course have a 6510 that's faulty. So I'm afraid it's time to load up the parts cannon and fire. And I'm going to switch on. And I'm not hoping for much, to be honest. And there it is, the diagnostics running. Does that mean we have a working system? So this is where Adrian from Adrian's Digital Basement would do Adrian's 8-bit digital dance party. We're going to have a Doz Dance of Joy. Oh yeah. And put it all back together. Excellent.
Is Doz premature? Again? What other horrors lie in this Commodore 64? Find out in this week's exciting episode of Doz's Television Workshop.
Reassembly of the 64. Right, first thing I need to do is sort of in this aging thermal paste from my VIC-2 chip and its little heat sinking tab. We should just refresh that. I'm going to get covered in it. Oh, I hate it. Nasty stuff. Yuck. There we go. We can replace that. Excellent.
Meanwhile, clean. And because we appear to be having a bit of summer, I shall put it out in the sun for a while, just to see if we can sun bleach it back into a state of beige. I do notice we've got some unusual stress marks on this side. I think it may have had a whack at some stage in its life, but we'll see how it comes out.
Right, we're going to need the case. I'm just going to put the board out of the way for a moment. Now, the case did enjoy... goes everywhere, doesn't it? The case did enjoy a nice sun, a day in the sun. As you can see, for several days in the summer that we had, the yellowing is very much reduced. Maybe not quite as good on the top there as on the bottom, but nevertheless, it did come out nicely. So it did, unfortunately, also get rained on, so I'm just going to give a dose of foam cleaner just to get rid of the watermarks and any other unpleasantness. Because it did, of course, also have a trip through the dishwasher. And there are still these scuff marks on the front. Nothing much I'm going to be able to do with those, I'm afraid. It's been through the wars, the poor old thing. Of course, it's 40 years old this year as well. It's done well. I wonder how many Xboxes are going to make it through to 40 years old. Right, it's looking a bit better. The keyboard also got a trip in the sun for a few days, and that's come out very nicely, I think. So let's put that back in there. There's the screws I kept from earlier. Very smart. Right. RF shield. Yeah, I'm going the right way around. Well, there's nothing lining up because it goes at the front. There you go. Put the motherboard back in. Get the screws for the case. Short screws hold the motherboard in place. One thing I do want to do before we go much further, if I can find my little drawer, I'm going to stick some heat sinks on our more vulnerable ICs. Stuff we can't get. The VIC-2's obviously pretty well heat sunk as it is. I've got a lot of these sort of Raspberry Pi type heat sinks, so oh, how many years of my life have I wasted trying to peel the backing paper off stuff. Oh, I've got it. Look at that. Right, we shall have one on our new 6510. A good push into place. And I think that does us. Right. RF shield back in place. There we go. Super duper. Right, we fit our LED into our keyboard. And these can be a bit stubborn sometimes. It should just snap in place, but it's not going to. Let's just push the bezel out. Come on. Oh. Stubborn. So another go at pushing in from behind. Yay! Clicks into place. There's a snap ring, just like the VIC-20, that secures on the back, stops it falling out, because it's going to, in it, like, it was so difficult to get in. So our keyboard connector, when you do the keyboard connector, there is a wire missing in the plug and a blank pin. So not a blank pin, a hole that isn't there. So you can only get the keyboard in one way round. Don't try and force it the other way round, because that will end in tears. Come on. You know you want it. So that comes round there. LED connects back onto its plug under there. That's good. Clips in at the back. There clipped in at the back? We are. Great news. Spin it up the other way again, and it's the long screws that secure the case together. There we are. Right, let's clear stuff out the way. I shall plug the frame grabber back in. What makes it that this lead gets continuously shorter? Gravity, I think. There we are. Power going in. I want an aerial lead so I can see what's going on. There we are. Wants to go in there. And I shall get the Kung Fu flash. Pop a little memory card in. Switch my power supply on, switch on the telly, and see what we've got. Right, got the old Kung Fu flash loaded, and I know the last thing I was doing, I was playing a thing on a spring. So let's do that. That doesn't look right to me. Have we got a further issue? Might be the game is corrupt. Let's try Ghostbusters. I'm starting to wonder if we've got issues. Let's try Iridium. I know exactly what this plays like. Yeah. Look at that, what a strange fault. I've got no backgrounds. We're not out of the water yet, are we? Let's take it back apart again. Right, back with our errant bread bin 64. I've slept on it, I've thought about it, and what appears to be happening is we have no bitmap mode. Now, the way the Commodore 64 bitmap mode works is you feed the VIC2 a bunch of registers which allocates 8 kilobyte bank of memory that the VIC2 accesses for bitmap mode. Now the colour attributes are stored in the colour RAM, and that appears to be working because that works for text mode as well. There's one other thing I've noticed, insert still frame here, and that's on that thing on a spring title screen, you can see there's just some little sparkly bits on the edge of the thing on a spring sprites at the start. And that's a sort of known issue with the VIC2 chip. It just so happens I have a brand fire new old stock VIC2. So I think it's time to load the parts cannon and fit this and see if that improves the situation. Right, let's get it in bits again. And those of you that are paying attention will notice that I swapped the PLA over again. Did that last night off camera because I thought I didn't trust that other one, and they're known for giving problems. Not this one though. It's exactly the same with Gal PLA than it is with the original PLA. Right, so that's got to come apart again. Which means getting covered in thermopath. Right, out you come. I know that isn't going to fit. I'm going to have to lever it out with a screwdriver. Also, and remember, I also spotted that chunk missing out the corner of this one. So, that may mean we have a problem. Now this is the same revision 1 IC that came out, so hopefully it'll squeeze in there. "23rd week of 1983. I don't know what the other one was. Right. Just put the shield back down again temporarily, because I'll have to put the cap back on. Connect ourselves back up. Kung Fu flash back in. Port 2 joystick. Power. Right. Let's load up the thing on a spring. Let's see if it plays right this time. Well, that's an improvement. I shall point at the screen. Have we got one in shot? Yes, we have. You can see this here. We're lacking sparklies. So, are we going to have a background this time? We do. So, there we go. The thing on a spring is now running properly. Now we can do the dance of joy. Right, let's put that shield back down again, get myself covered in thermopath, and finally get this thing finished. There you go, full bitmap mode restored on our 1983 Commodore 64 bread bin. Yeah, just 2 chips in the end, I suppose. A 6510 and a 6569 Rev 1 VIC 2 chip. Yeah, Thank goodness for that. I have left that gal PLA in. The other one, where the gal's pins are too fat, tends to splay the socket out a bit, and I'm just concerned it's not going to make good contact in there. But at least I've got a genuine gal for the next one, haven't I? Now, there's a bit of a backlog of Commodore 64 repairs, so there's going to be more Commodore content coming soon. I've still got that 128 to do as well, haven't I? So yeah, come back soon if you want to see some more Commodore 64 content. And I have taken delivery of this Ultimate 2 Plus L cartridge from Gideon's Logic. And I really want to explore that because it's got an Ethernet port on it. And whilst CompuNet is no longer a thing, we can access some BBSs and etc. with that. So yeah, really keen to find out what that can do. So I'll make a video on that. What we're doing next week, to be quite honest, I've no idea. But I'll update you on Wednesday. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish. And I'll see you really soon here on Doz's Television Workshop. Time for a game of Spy vs Spy. Over here, a brand new, let's do it again. Yeah, it looks a bit fuzzy. It's only because I've got the grabber plugged in. Let's just do this again, it's too waffly.